That's the chaos I want. And if we're not gonna get that, then fucking feed me Roman and Solo feuding over the sacred necklace. I don't want to butcher
But
the
that's
name.
the thing too,
Call
that
it
it's gonna be
sacred necklace.
so funny. Is like people don't like Solo. And I get so I think the
But
main
why
issue
don't
that
they like Solo?
okay,
Why?
I don't know why they don't like Solo. I think people are we've talked about this. I think that people are comparing him too much to what Roman Reigns did as if they're at all close. Roman Reigns has been in the WWE for over 10 years. He was
So
in
different.
FCW, NXT, you know what I mean? Like he was a guy who has come a long way because people are not remembering he was not a talker in the Shield because he was so bad. Like that is why he never spoke. Like he was the enforcer the way that Solo Sikoa was in the Bloodline. But they're expecting Solo to somehow be like the cloned version of Roman, even though
But
we've talked about
why?
this as well, that Roman still wasn't that great on the mic every single night as the tribal chief. He wasn't. There he was almost better in those random like talking to the camera at the end of SmackDown. Like those were hotter promos than anything he said on the mic for the most part, you
Because
know?
that's him. That's him.
Um
Just
but like people aren't remembering that Solo isn't he's not new, but he's still relatively new. And he was
he's
put in
fresh.
a big position to try and like take over the bloodline after Roman, which like hello, I think I compared it to like
Yeah,
the next
it's just
quarterback after Tom Brady. You know?
yeah.
Um
Like,
I think that the main issue that I've been seeing with people though, which I can agree, is that they went about building Solo in the wrong way. Like you had him beat John Cena, but then you had him lose like every match after that, and then you want people to take him seriously as the tribal chief. Like that's kind of problematic because people don't forget what he was doing before Roman left and he took over as the tribal chief. You know what I mean? People know that he was on this long losing streak. And then it's like, oh, but we're supposed to take him as like this like
yeah, but doesn't that
serious.
make it even more ironic that he is calling himself the tribal chief?
I don't know. I think people this is the thing I just said like I said, I think people just pick and choose. They pick and choose
And
when
they're
things matter
fickle.
and when things don't. And it's
They're
like
fickle pickles.
that's why when I talk about things and I'll say, "Oh, I don't love this," or "I don't love it," or "I shouldn't love this because I would complain if it was this." It's like at least I can admit that, you know what I mean? But other people can't. They just can't admit when they're being biased or when they're being fickle. And it's like I know that I can admit when I'm being that way.
You're
Um
being a fickle pickle. We're calling those fans the fickle pickles.
yeah, that's fine. I just
I
think
can't.
people
It's
just need
too
to be
good.
they need to be consistent. That's all. I just think like I said it to somebody who he's a wrestling fan, but I don't think he watches like every single week, but he said something about Solo like not being great or whatever, and I responded and I was like, you guys need to really cut him some slack. Like you need
Yeah.
to cut Solo slack. Like I think he's doing as good of a job as he possibly can right now. Not to mention he's flanked by people who just joined WWE. You're not going to have the same reaction to them the way that you would if it was the Usos or if it was Roman Reigns. Like
You're
it's just
not
not going to be the
exactly.
same. So, but yeah, that is a hill I'm willing to die on because, you know, Solo Sikoa was my tribal chief a year ago.
Jacob, we was. I will give you credit there. Jacob Fatu is my next tribal chief now.